Yo, Hegassen here, and thank you for joining in to my review of One Piece Manga Chapter 984. It's called My Bible, which is not a Kuma reference, it is a reference to Oden's journal. Oden's journal, where he wrote down all of the information from his voyages, which is in the hands of Yamato. Why is it in the hands of Yamato? Because Yamato is a massive Kozuki Oden fan, to the point of dressing up as Oden, becoming an Oden cosplayer, hence the great big ropes that you see on her back. Yes, I said her. We'll get to that in a little bit, because first of all, I just want to say that, woohoo! Yes, got it right. The theory that Yamato was at Oden's execution was correct. I know a lot of people were speculating that, but I'm so glad that it was that, and that it wasn't what I feared, and was also being speculated that underneath that mask was Oden, and Oden was alive. I'm glad that it wasn't that it was actually somebody different, somebody new, and was influenced by Oden, heard his words and took his will, and then is now taking his will into the future and trying to live it. That is exactly what I wanted, and we get that here. And it's even better than that, because like I said, Yamato is not Oden's son. Yamato is Oden's daughter, and well done, good for you, Kaido, good for you for referencing and referring to Yamato as your son when she is dressing up as Oden, because like I said, she admires Oden so much that she wants to portray herself as Oden, and so she dresses up as a man and has taken on the persona of a man so that she can live up to her idol. So good on you, Kaido, good on you, Kaido, you know, respecting your daughter's wishes, even though you clearly don't get along because you have very, very different ideals. And I really, really like this. I really like that twist. It's what I was hoping for last week or 2 weeks ago, and we got it here, because now that comes with a really interesting dynamic, and potentially also goes into the kind of Kaido Momonosuke kind of relationship, where he's like, you're not your father, and then he sees his daughter who is becoming like Oden and is like kind of living up to Oden's example. So yeah, there's definitely some good like psychiatry going on in here. Definitely a good relationship between Yamato and Kaido, Kaido and Oden, Yamato and Oden, Kaido and Momonosuke. It's all connected. It's really, really, really good stuff. And good on you, Oda, as well. You know, we have both Okiku and Yamato now. Okiku is a man who is identifying as a woman, and we've got Yamato, who is a woman who's identifying as a man. It's a little bit different for Yamato, which I'll get to in a little bit, and I've kind of hinted on before, but it's good, and I like how it was just kind of referenced, like, yeah, I'm a man, yeah, I'm a woman, and then we move on. They don't make a big deal about it, they move on, we carry on exploring the rest of their character. I really like that touch. And like I said, this might be a little bit different with Yamato, because Yamato is dressing as Oden and is identifying as a man, as Oden, because she looks up to Oden and she wants to be like him. So I don't know if, let's say, if Oden was a woman, would Yamato still be dressing up as a man? Or would she stay as a woman? If Oden was a fisherman, would Yamato be calling herself a fisherman? So yeah, a little bit different from Okiku, but it's great to see this representation in the manga. And what is also great to see is that, yes, we finally have a very good, strong female character, and I'm very excited by this, because she was equaling Luffy, you know, she was matching Luffy, she knocked out ulti in one hit that Luffy was struggling with. I don't think we've seen the full strength of Yamato, because she even points out that, you know, Luffy isn't even going full strength, and, you know, she's like easily deflecting all of his blows. So I'm sure that she can also step up. She was just only doing like the bare minimum to kind of block Luffy. So yeah, even though like I really like Okiku and really like everything that's happened with Okiku, I was a little bit disappointed on the reveal that Okiku was a man, because I was like, oh, okay, so is she now strong because she's a man? But now we have Yamato, who is strong and is a woman, and also she looks great as well. Them horns are actually part of her head, they're not part of the mask. Her outfit looks cool, all of the Oden influences in there. One little weird thing, she's got like little icons there which are a little bit nipply. And she's got a little bit of what I like to call a Nami face. She's got a little bit of a Nami face. You can definitely see the classic Oda style of you got a pretty girl, you give her a face like Nami, and she's got that again. But apart from that, her design is really cool. I think the horns being part of her head is like one of the best parts of the look, and like the nice Oden touches. But that's not the only reveal we've got with Yamato. We've got a lot of Yamato reveals in this chapter. You know, we got the journal, we got the fact that he is Kaido's daughter, and we also get the revelation here that she once knew Ace. Yes, Yamato and Ace once knew one another, and I really like that, because that means that we might get another Ace flashback a little bit further down the line, and it also might mean that she also knows Otama as well. It's also heavily speculated that Yamato once fought Ace in the past as well, because as she's fighting Luffy, she's like, this reminds me of someone, not necessarily in how Luffy's fighting, because obviously Luffy and Ace fought very differently, but I'm imagining more in kind of the spirit, in their kind of characteristics, and maybe even the situation a little bit. And then later on it's revealed that she knew Ace, so most likely in that little kind of, when she's talking about she fought someone, that is probably Ace as well, and that's why she's kind of remembering Luffy. Kind of like how Otama is now, when she looks up at Luffy, she kind of sees Ace in him as well, kind of getting that same vibe with Yamato. So yeah, I am expecting an Ace flashback at some point in the future. And one other little thing with Yamato as well, she also references the fact that she thinks that the Akazawa 9 are all dead, so she doesn't know about Kinemon and all of that plot and everything. So she obviously has her own plan going on. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when she learns about the fact that they are alive, because she obviously hasn't noticed the fact that Momonosuke is being hung up and about to be executed, and we'll get to that a little bit as well later on. I do also wonder if maybe Kaido has a little bit of a softer side when it comes to his daughter, and if his daughter was to say something like, hey Dad, can we go rescue that Ace guy from Marineford? Maybe, just maybe, that might be why Kaido went there in the first place. And let me know what you think as well, please. I'd really love to hear your thoughts on the Yamato reveal and what you think is going to happen in the future with Yamato, and what you think happened in the past with Yamato as well, and especially with the Yamato and Ace stuff. Love to hear your thoughts. And also, what did you think of my review as well? And if you're still watching, thank you very much. Let's continue with a lot of the other stuff that we had in this chapter, because there was a lot of stuff in this chapter, you know. That Yamato stuff was like the last few pages. Haven't even talked about the rest yet. So let's get into that stuff as well. So mentioned Ulti in page 1. They have actually stood up, even though Ulti got knocked out. They stood up, and, you know, a bit like Luffy, he gets knocked down, it looks like he's like out, and then he gets up and there's like not a scratch on him. That's kind of like them as well. Page 1 is like, oh, my jaw hurts a little bit. But apart from that, he's pretty much fine, which is good, because I was a little bit worried that page 1 was looking a little bit weak, you know. Last time we saw him, he was getting beaten up by Sanji, then we see him getting beaten up by Luffy. It looks like he's back up, and they're hunting down Luffy and Yamato. So hopefully we get to have a 2-on-2 a little bit later on and get a full fight with them lot. We also get Law, and Law finally arrives on Onigashima. And what I didn't notice in my reaction, but when I reread this a few more times, I noticed that he brought along Beppo, Penguin and Sachi, so hope for Sulong Beppo still, because I was worried that he left them on the submarine. He also brought with him the rest of the Akazawa 9 that were on his submarine, so they've all arrived, and they arrived at the same time as Marco, Izzo and Nekomamushi, which of course means that Okiku and Izzo get to meet up again, and Nekomamushi and Inuarashi get to meet up again. Marco was there as well. He got to meet up with Inuarashi as well, but he had to fly off because he said he saw something weird out at sea. I'm guessing that thing out at sea is Perospero, so might get another bit of Marco Perospero action going on, maybe a little fight there. Also, Nekomamushi is revealed to have a new hand in the form of a gun. He has a gun hand, which is awesome. All we need now is Inuarashi to reveal that he's got a new leg, maybe a sword leg, a gun leg, who knows, but he hasn't got anything yet, which is weird. Maybe it's a pride thing. Maybe him and Nekomamushi were like butt heads over that. I'm surprised that Law hasn't like given him a leg. Like in Punk Hazard, Law was handing out legs and body parts to loads of people, including Minette and everyone. So can't he just get like a Wano creature and just give that leg to Inuarashi? Because it's going to be a bit inconvenient, surely, for him hopping around all over the place. I mean, he's shown to be strong on one leg, but yeah, let's see if he gets like a new leg, and if there's a kind of an upgrade that comes with that, kind of like Nekomamushi's gun. Can't wait to see that. I was a little bit disappointed with the reunions, so I'll be honest. I was really excited for the Nekomamushi, Inuarashi, Okiku, Izzo reunions, but it was kind of just like, here we are, a little bit of text, move on. I was hoping for a little bit more of a bigger thing. Some hugs, some emotions, some fighting, but we didn't get that here, unfortunately. Robin and Jinbe have infiltrated Onigashima in a really funny scene with them two kind of blending in with the crowd. We also had Hyogoro there. I couldn't see Frankie though. I was looking, I couldn't see Frankie, so maybe I missed him. If you did see Frankie, let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, Robin looked really cool actually, like kind of blending in with the beer and everything. And Jinbe he really looked like he fit the part actually. So I really like them scenes. I'm glad that the rest of the Straw Hats and the mature Straw Hats are doing it right and being a little bit more sensible. Then we get into Kaido's big announcement and he reveals the Onigashima, what's it called? Beautiful panel with Kaido, Orochi, Fukuraikuju, Jack, Queen and King. Looks great. All of the big players that we have to defeat in one panel. And Kaido announces the new Onigashima Project. What is that? No idea.
Wow, incredible!
So I was checking out Sawyer 7 Mage's video on this and I was reading down in the comments. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to him, go subscribe. It's really good. One Piece YouTuber. He was one of the influencers that got me into wanting to become one myself. So yeah, I was reading down in his comments and one user brought up this little theory. I'll flash it up in the Sawyer 7 Mage style. And the comment said that maybe Big Mum, like the plan, Big Mum is going to put some soul into the big skull and bring it back alive. And I was sitting there like, you know what? It's crazy, but imagine that. She takes a little bit of her soul, a little bit of Kaido's soul, maybe some of the numbers souls or something, puts it in that mountain. For all we know, there's a body underneath if it is actually a skull, because we believe it might actually be a real skull from the old giant, the All-Star giant that pulled the continents together and that made Wano. That's another theory, that because it's got all the different islands and was mentioned way back in Oar's time. We got the big sword, we got the big umbrella. Can you imagine that? It's going to be like Attack on Titan, the current Attack on Titan manga, with one of them walking around absolutely giant. Big Mum on one shoulder, Kaido on the other shoulder, both two Yonko spirits, like inside souls inside. Maybe it'll go out of control. Who knows how they would fight that? I don't know. It'll be like the end of Stampede, but I think that'll be pretty fun. I don't know if it will happen, to be honest, but it's an interesting concept. So well done that commenter, because that was a really good one. And Sawyer 7 Mage as well for doing a great review as well. This has been the end now of my review. Really good chapter, lots of hype, great Yamato information there with the Ace stuff, with Oden's journal. There's clearly information about Laugh Tale in that journal and all of the rest of the adventures, Sky Pier and everything. Probably a whole chapter about Buggy. I want to read that part as well. Oh my god, my lighting looks rubbish, so let's end that here. This chapter is an easy gold tier. Not quite full marks because I was a little bit upset by the reunions, but apart from that, fantastic. Hey, so thanks for watching. What did you think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, maybe give it a like, and if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch. Oh, and here's a related video you might enjoy, and something more fresh. I've been Hegassen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!